Welcome back to Demo Mondays. Demo Mondays is a video series where we invite different Amazon sellers, software creators, and we ask them to present their product just like this on the screen. And today my guest is M19. And M19 is presented by Tarek. Hello, Tarek.
Hello, Augustas.
So could you please tell us what is M19 and how does it help Amazon sellers?
So M19 is an AI-based solution that is dealing with all the advertising on Amazon. So typically the AI-based solution of M19 can manage sponsored products, sponsored brand, and sponsored display. So it manages and optimizes on behalf of sellers and brands. So basically this is what our software is doing.
You mentioned AI, which means artificial intelligence. It probably involves different machine learning algorithms, right? It's quite complicated.
Yeah, exactly. It's based on full machine learning to compute the right architecture, the right campaign structure, and then to compute the right bidding and CPC. We can go over that during the demo. So yeah, it's basically machine learning that is doing all the optimization and management for all the Amazon advertising for sellers on behalf of sellers.
And in what marketplaces M19 works?
At the moment, our tool is functioning on all marketplaces where Amazon advertising API is live. Since it's based on algorithms, we need to fetch automatically from Amazon API all the data. So it's basically all Europe, US, Canada, Mexico, Australia, Japan, and EA. So all the marketplaces except Sweden and India.
So machine learning, artificial intelligence, it sounds all complicated. So for what kind of Amazon sellers are you targeting your solution?
So no, the tool is for medium to advanced seller because it's based on data. Machine learning is just crunching data and making the right computation. And if you have very few data, it's not worth it to use a tool that will be optimizing based on data because they don't have enough to make the right decisions. So it's really for people that are spending at least $1,000 a month in advertising. So this is why I'm saying medium to large sellers. And of course, vendors also are using our software.
All right, we're ready to start the demo. So let's share the screen and let's see how M19 works and how does it help Amazon sellers to set up their advertising campaigns.
Yeah. So first thing is that our software is open to any user, any email that has access to any seller Amazon account. So you don't need to have admin rights to access our tool. So we are using login with Amazon, and you can connect for free on our platform and see all your advertising data and total sales data. So first thing is our software is showing data from multiple accounts. If you own multiple accounts or multiple brands, everything, you can see it here. For example, this demo user has access to 2 accounts that are live on 6 countries, Europe and the US. On this first view, we are displaying advertising data, sponsored sales, cost, ACoS, clicks, whatever. You just need to click on the metric that you are interested in, and it refreshes all the graphs here. And we are also displaying total sales, which are organic sales plus sponsored sales. Because we do believe that to do a good PPC or good advertising, you need to take into consideration the impact on your organic sales. And since there is a link between the two, we need to see both on the same place. For example, on this graph, I chose to plot total sales and sponsored sales across all these countries, and we can see the evolution over time. In green, it's sponsored sales, and in gray, it's total sales. So we can see that there is an increase in average in sponsored sales. That is also, we can see it also in organic sales because the uplift of total sales is also very high. Then, so this is the basic view. Of course, you can dig into one marketplace. For example, if you are interested only in, let's say, UK, you just double click on UK and the tool will filter and keep only data related to UK. You can, for example, look at UK, Italy, etc., etc. And the same logic is also applied per account. You can unselect and keep only the account that matters for you, that you want to dig into. For example, if I want to look only at account 1, you see, I unselected account 2, and I can see data related to only account 1. So let's select account 2 again. This is the first view. Then this is global data across accounts, countries. You can dig if you want. Of course, you can change date. You can change currency. These are all currencies on countries that our tool is live on. You can look at data daily, weekly, and monthly, especially when you are looking at data like AUGUSTAS and sales. It's more stable over longer periods of time. For example, I'm plotting here. Let's look only at the AUGUSTAS, evolution of AUGUSTAS weekly. And of course, we have monthly and daily view. Our tool doesn't have the limitation of 2 months of data like in Seller Central. We can go way older in time. So when clients start working with us, we are showing their data from the start, plus 2 months before they started with us. So you can see historic data as long as you are working with M19. So there's no limit in history. So let's go to last 30 days. This is the global view. We can go deeper. So we can look at data per product. So we have a view. Let me zoom out. We can check product by product. So this demo it's random data from toys, the toys category. Every product has its own metrics, sponsored and total. So you can see all sales, sponsored sales. You can see also the AUGUSTAS and total AUGUSTAS. The total AUGUSTAS is basically the AUGUSTAS, but you just look at organic plus sponsored sales instead of looking only at sponsored sales when you compute the AUGUSTAS. It's how much you invest over the total sales, organic and sponsored. So this is the metric that we are recommending to our clients to monitor, because this is the closest to margins computation. It's better than AUGUSTAS, of course. In this view, you can filter on some specific products. For example, here I can see in this list that there are some learning toys. I just type learning, and it keeps automatically, it filters all the learning products. It keeps only the learning products, and you can look at the data. All here, the data on the top are linked. So on learning products, I can keep only Germany, for example, and select all the rest, and I can look at learning products on Germany, for example. Then we have another view where you can look at your ads and total sales data per country, which is also important to check how every country is doing overall in terms of advertising and in terms of sales. So we also are showing all the main metrics. Plus in this graph, you can specify the metric that you want to look at to check the share of every country.
And now at the top, if you would change the currency, in this table, all the numbers will convert into that currency, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let's do it. Let's change it in euro. Now it's in euro instead of pounds. And this gets, this will be the default currency for the account. When you set it here in the top, it stays here because of, this is the default setup for every account that the account is choosing. And the last, let me show you the last view, is the most detailed one, is the search term view, where we are displaying data at search term level. So for example, here we are, let me show more data. For example, here we are showing for every ASIN the data related to search term. For example, if I'm interested in Montessori search term, for example, I don't need to go and to Seller Central and download any report. Here in one click, you can check all the search term that contains Montessori, for example, and check, let me rank by conversion. In the last set I selected here, converting variations of Montessori search term. I can see that Montessori, Spielberg, and these search term are the most converting ones. This is pretty useful to check pretty quickly term is working, which not, which one we are investing on in terms of advertising, because you see the cost, and you can see also the conversion rate, the CR, just in one place. And again, everything is linked. You just need, if you unselect an account, everything gets refreshed real time. So these are the basic 4 views where we do show your advertising data. And now let me show you how we manage, how we help our clients manage easily in a very friendly and simple way their advertising. And the tool will do all the complex work on their behalf. So to do that, I need to introduce 2 things. First thing is product groups. So basically product groups, it's a notion that we define in M19. It's as simple as a group of products. We group them, we give them a name. For example, here, it's a group that I create for the demo where I grouped medium margin products. I just chose this title and I added these ASINs into it. There are 29 ASINs. This is a product group. Let me show you how easy it is to create a product group. For example, create product group. Let's call it, for example, bestseller. I will create a group with only one ASIN.
And why would you want to create product groups? Can you explain?
Yes. So this is, I'm introducing this notion to explain the strategy manager, how we do manage advertising with M19. I will answer before, right now. We create product groups for 2 reasons. First thing is to be able to create advertising strategies with M19 that will be creating campaigns on your behalf as a seller. And also you create it to be able also to filter on it in all our different dashboards. For example, here in the main view, you have this product view toggle here. You click on it and you see all the product groups that you did create. You just need to click on it. Let's select baby toys and everything gets filtered on this product group. So it can be either for an analytic purpose. You just want to filter and analyze and check what's happening in a specific group of product because you have some specific operation, specific advertising or some giveaways or whatever. You want to go fast on this group. You can check also for this group, baby toys, you can see the details of every product that is in this group. And of course you can choose whatever one you want. And the most important part why we did introduce this product group thing is to be able to create strategies. So a strategy is something that should be pretty simple to create. A strategy is a product group. For example, here we see baby toys and an ACOS target. So to do advertising with M19, it's as simple as let's do it together. Let's create a new strategy. You select a product group. For example, the one we just created, we called it bestseller. We did put only one ASIN in it. I select it. This is a bestseller. I don't need to invest a lot of money on it. So let's target 12% ACOS on it. Next. So now the tool created in Germany a strategy that will be sponsoring only this ASIN and trying to maximum reach 12% ACOS. So the tool now will create 3 different campaigns. We'll do all the keywords extraction, all the competition extraction, and all the bidding for every keyword, for every product in the strategy. And this work will be done on your behalf every day and optimized with machine learning. So now we're finished. We create the strategy. There will be 3 campaigns created that will be managing this bestseller product group. If I go back to the strategy manager, you can see that in Germany, this demo account has 6 strategies. It's just an example to show you how some clients do use M19 Strategy Manager, they either separate based on categories. So I did a separation, I separated baby toys, and I'm targeting 30%. Then I separated the bestseller in a dedicated strategy with 12%. Then I separated to a low inventory group where I group all products with low inventory. And usually here people are running at between 1 and 3% ACOS target, because you don't want to invest on something that is low inventory, because you have a high risk of going out of stock. Other people are doing it based on margins. They are making groups based on low, medium, high margins. And depending on the level of margin, they specify an ACOS target. And the last example is the product life cycle. New products needs a lot of investment compared to already established and cash cow products. For example, new products to launch, you can do a launch with PPC. And in our tool, you just need to put a very high ACOS compared to the one that you will be usually targeting. So here in Germany, we can see that there are 6 advertising strategies that will be creating. Every strategy will be creating at least 3 sponsored product campaigns, and it will be doing all the keyword targeting, product targeting, etc., etc. This is the basic way of creating a strategy with M19. Now, let me show you something a bit more advanced, where the tool can give more control to sellers that are savvy and want to have more control over the tool, and they can do it through tactics. So let's create a new tactic, and then I will tell you exactly what it does. So here, since it's a new product to launch, let's create a tactic where we will be isolating high volume keywords, for example. Now I'm telling the tool that I want you to create some dedicated campaigns where I want you to isolate, for example, Montessori search terms. And here, for example, you can add some specific competitors that you know have high volume that you want to be targeting in this tactic. So I added a random one here, a random toy one. So here what will happen, so now I created a tactic. This will translate into campaign creation that will match what we described here. This list here, I put only one keyword. We can put a list and a list of products to target. And I can tell the tool, I want you to go medium high or very high on this very relevant keywords. So here the tool will be isolating these high volume keywords in dedicated campaigns from all the rest. And overall, the tool will try to maintain 40% ACOS. So this is super useful when you want to do, for example, brand protection, ranking on some specific keywords, blacklisting some specific keywords. Here with this notion of tactics, you can get this type of control and tell the tool in this part of traffic, keywords or products to target, I want you to go very high or very low, depending on what you are willing to put in place in terms of strategy. And you don't need to touch any CPCs, go on Seller Central, whatever. The tool will translate everything for you automatically, and it will be backed by AI and machine learning to optimize all this work. So now we started to get a bit more advanced. You can, of course, have different tactics if it makes sense in terms of strategy. Another thing that you can do is, in addition to specifying only an ACOS target, let's say this new product will launch, the tool is spending 200 euros a day and the ACOS is below 40%. So as long as the ACOS is below 40%, the tool automatically will continue increasing budgets and spending as long as it's below 40%, which is the goal of the strategy. But some clients or some brands, they don't want to make it fully based on ACOS. They want to do it based on ACOS. And sometimes when the spend is high, they want to kind of reduce this ACOS target automatically. So what they do is here in this target daily spend, it's not a maximum daily spend, it's different. They will specify the amount they want to have as a spend trend. For example, it's 200 euros a day. Now the tool, what it will be doing is, if under the constraint of 30% ACOS, if the tool is spending more than 200 euros, the tool won't continue increasing the budget, will try to decrease it to stabilize at a spend trend around 200 a day. So it's a double constraint optimization based on ACOS target. When it's reached and the budget is not reached, it's the budget that is controlling, and it's the budget that will be decreasing the bits. And the other way around, if the ACOS is not respected, which means that the observed ACOS is higher than the target, it's the ACOS target that is controlling the strategy, and this will be the reason that will be decreasing the CPCs for all the keywords and everything inside the strategy that is managing these ASINs inside the strategy. So it's a second option of doing M19 strategy, M19 sponsored strategies, is by adding a target daily budget if you have one. If not, if you are completely based on performance and ACOS, you don't need it. You just put an ACOS target and the tool is managing all budgets for you.
And what happens when you choose the different currency at the very top? Now you set the target for 200 euros, but let's say if you change the currency, what happens there?
So yeah, it's the currency here, it's for the data that is getting displayed in the all dashboard, etc. Here, the target daily budget, it's in euros. You specify it in euro, and the tool will do the translation the conversion automatically. So the currency on the top is mainly for all the data we are showing, the numbers we are showing, not for the target daily budget. That is, today it's only in euros, but it's something we can change pretty fast.
Okay.
And one last thing that can be also useful in terms of very advanced strategies is to add a target minimum daily spend. So this we added here in order to force the tool to spend even if the ACOS is not respected. Because basically what the tool is doing, the tool is optimizing performance for every keyword. So every ASIN the tool is managing will have its own list of keywords and its own list of competitors' ASINs. And every keyword for every ASIN will have a dedicated bid. And this bid is computed with machine learning based on conversion rate estimation, competition estimation, and how close we are from the ACOS target. And when we activate this target minimum daily spend, we are forcing the tool, telling the tool, hey, as long as the daily spend on this new products to launch strategy is under, let's say, 5 euros a day, which is pretty low, for example, for this account, I don't want you to care about performance. If the spend is very low, just increase the spend because I want to get first some impressions. Just forget about the ACOS. Don't try to optimize and reduce bids, increase them. As long as we are below this threshold, this 5 euros. As soon as we get above this 5 euros, then go with the optimization for the ACOS, and then you can decrease the bids if you want, if the performance is not aligned with the target. So it's another advanced feature that is allowing our user to force the tool to be spending when the spend is very low on some specific areas that are strategic for the client. And this is why we make it available for every strategy. And of course, you don't need to have it for, it's not mandatory as a feature to be activated. So now you can see that in the overview at country level, you have all the product groups, the strategies, the ACOS target. And when you have tactics, you can see it here. We created a high volume keyword tactics with a medium high intensity. We can see it here with the slider. This is a kind of advanced way of doing strategies. You don't need to have advanced strategies to manage with M19. Let me show you how easy it is to start with M19 with a very simple way. This account have no strategies in France, for example. Here we go to the France strategy manager. There is nothing created. By design, like the default is a product group that is all product, that automatically will capture all product from the catalog. The tool is fetching all eligible product for advertising. And we can just tell the tool, hey, I want you to advertise all my products from all my catalog. I want you to run them at 20%. And now I activated it. Now we finished. Now the tool can manage all your 340 ASINs, eligible ASINs in the French market, and will be optimized at 30% ACOS target. Every product of this 340 ASINs will have, again, its own ad groups, its own keywords, its own competitor keywords, and optimization will be done daily based on that. So this is the most basic way and fastest way to activate M19 on an account. Then let me show you the last part, which is strategy manager, but for the sponsored brand area. It's the same logic. It's very easy to create. So you can just select a product group, let's say baby toys. We can select an ACOS target, let's say 30%. For example, you can have different brands. You can see them all here. For example, Fun Play, it's just an example brand. You can have a list of logos. Here, there's only one logo related to the brand. The tool is fetching automatically the registered brand linked to your account and fetching all the logos that are linked to your account. You can change the brand name if you want and choose a headline. For example, your best baby toys. Next. So now I created a strategy for sponsored brand. The only thing I need to do is to create what we call in M19 clusters. Here I see all the products that are in the product group, in the baby toys. I just drag and drop and create clusters. Now it's as simple as that. And every cluster, for example, now I created 2 clusters. Every cluster will create, the tool for every cluster will create 2 sponsored brand campaigns, one for keyword targeting and one for product targeting, and will be fetching all relevant keywords and competitors and targeting them automatically on your behalf under the 30% ACOS target. And everything is done by machine learning. So now we're finished. We create a sponsored brand strategy for this 6 products. These 3 products will be in one campaign. They will be grouped. You know that in sponsored brand, you need to give between 1 and 3 products, the products that will be displayed in the ad. And the tool now will be doing the campaigns creation and the campaigns management and optimization on your behalf for this logo, this brand name, and this headline. And now we created the strategy and we are done. You can, of course, have different sponsored brand strategies. You can see in this overview the logo that you chose and the headline. So as you can be able to distinguish between the different strategy you did put in place. It is as simple as that. Our goal is to make it as much as possible, as simple as possible, and hide all the complexity of campaigns creation, management, and optimization. Give this part to the tool and to the algorithms, and expose in an easy way the strategy and business part, which is the most interesting part, and that the tool cannot do on the behalf of the seller, because it's the seller that knows the business, the category, how he should be targeting in terms of ACOS and in terms of margins, etc., etc. So M19 software is here to do all the daily optimization and work And the strategy part will be kept to the seller or to the agencies, because we also work with different agencies that are using our tool for the optimization, and they do describe their advertising strategy in our strategy managers. And yeah, this is it. It's as simple as that.
Thank you very much, Tariq, for this overview of M19. And could you give us an overview of pricing? So how does it reflect when people connect to different marketplaces and so on?
So first thing is our pricing is flat. It's not like agency pricing where it's based on your ad spend. We don't want to price based on ad spend because we decide if we should increase or decrease. So it's flat based on the size of the account. So it doesn't matter how many countries you are running ads, it's by brand. So if you have a brand that is running on seven accounts, we look at the size of your brand across the 7 countries, and we look at the total sales during the last 12 months. And based on that, it will fall into a bucket where it's starting from 200 euros a month, and it's flat depending on your size. For example, as long as you are below 300k euros a year in sales, it's 200 euros. And for 7 digits sellers, for example, making more than 1 million a year, it's 1,200 euros a month, and it's fixed. If you want the detailed pricing, it's available and public on our website. But the basic idea is it's flat depending on the size of the account.
All right. And could you reveal us some features you're planning to release for your software and for your users?
The first and the most the closest feature we will be releasing is sponsored brand video optimization. We are working on it. It should be coming in the coming weeks. And the other feature that will be coming also, I hope in this year, maximum beginning of next year, is optimization based on products margins. So you will be able to put into M19, for example, your cost of goods. We will be able to fetch all your other Amazon costs, and we will be basing the optimization on your margins and not only on the ACOS target you set. So these are some of the big topics we are working on and that we are happy to release pretty soon.
All right. Thank you very much, Tariq, and good luck in your business. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.